Okay, it is the witching hour, so, and we have Mr. Friedman on the phone. So, I'll call the meeting to order. Let's have a roll call.
Howard Ron,
Here.
Deborah Carlson,
Here.
Sarah L. Sesser,
Here.
David Friedman,
Here.
Gail Listener,
Here.
Rich Richkert, and John Satter.
Here.
The first item on the agenda is to consider the October 17th meeting minutes. You had a chance to review it, and if you've reviewed it, is there a motion to approve, correct, change, whatever, with respect to October 17th?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Got it. So we've changed this, actually. We have, we've put public comment,
Yeah, they rearranged this whole format, so
who did it?
I think it came from the village manager's office.
Okay. Let me ask, is there anyone here who's not here on one of the two scheduled items? Okay, well, then we're gonna go back to our old order and get it over with. This is the opportunity, if you're here on something other than a scheduled item, or you want to talk about something other than a scheduled item, to say so. Nobody. Okay. The two items that are listed are, first, a public hearing to consider a request of Diane Wright, 750 Valley Road, to reduce the north side yard and to increase the floor area ratio for a proposed one-story addition. Before we start, anybody who's going to speak on either this request or the Newmark request, you have to be sworn in. We'll do it all at the same time. So raise your right hand.
You swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth in the matters about to be heard? Thanks.
Okay. Whoever is going to present with respect to the Diane Wright request, 750 Valley Road, come on up to the microphone. Tell us who you are and tell us why you think this should be approved, and show us anything you think we should see.
Great. Thank you very much. My name is Gary Frank. I'm an architect in Winnetka. Diane Wright is not here, but Dave Wright is here.
Okay.
Exactly. We're seeking a variation to expand an existing kitchen, kitchen wall, and a variation for the lot coverage. The house was built in 1948. In the 80s, they had a major renovation done on it, and we're here to expand that a little bit. The property, I'm gonna just hold you up a little bit bigger picture than what you have in front of you. Dave, you want to sit over here, or anyone come up here? Okay. The house sits on valley. It's parallel to valley, and you can see that the property line sort of cuts in at a parallelogram, and you can see that the house is stepped back along the property line. You can see this is the small area that we're looking for the variation. Just to give you a little bit of an overview of the property from an aerial point of view. The house, existing house sits in here. The red line is the setback line, and the blue is the property line. The neighbor to the north sits probably, well, the garage sits about 40 to 45 feet away from our property line. Also, as a matter of note, the neighbor to the north is Nat Campbell, and you'll see in your package a letter from Nat. We approached Nat, showed him what we were going to be doing, and he has a letter of acknowledgement saying that he doesn't have any objections to the addition. There's a blow up of the area, so you can see what we're talking about. The existing house ends right here. and we're looking for this small 2.25 by 6 foot corner so that we can increase the, so we can expand the kitchen to the west. This line right here is where the existing house ends currently.
And which way is the Campbell then from,
Yep, right up here,
okay.
just to the north. This is the existing house. This is facing west. The addition that we're looking to add is right over in this section, where it's a one-story addition, and the intent is to match basically the one-story addition that's on the other side of the house. This is the addition that we're talking about right in here.
John, did anybody contact the village to object?
No, we did not get any contacts at all.
Okay.
And then lastly, as far as the square footage is concerned, the house is over by 67 square feet currently. We're obviously asking for a little bit of an increase. Since the house was built prior to the zoning codes, there's a several hundred square feet of balcony space that counts. So if you take a look at the back of the house, this balcony space and this under balcony space gets charged basically against us. So there's about 210 square feet of area that under the current codes we have to account for.
Excuse me one second. We did have that one attachment with our packet that Matthew Campbell at 756 Valley indicated he
said
was in
he was
favor of
fine.
the variation.
Right, I saw that.
There were no other
nobody
further
opposed.
contacts.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's in a synopsis,
Okay.
and that's what we're asking for.
Any board members have any questions you want to ask the architect who put this together? The problem is the parallelogram,
That's correct, yes.
so, you know,
The house sits odd, well, actually it doesn't sit odd, it sits odd on the lot in relation to the setback lines.
and the homeowner who would be most affected by this has written a letter saying he's okay with it.
That's
or they're
correct.
okay with it.
That's correct.
Anybody have any questions? If not, is there a motion?
Motion to vote?
The motion would be to approve.
Motion to
or-
approve.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Let's have a roll call. Dave, did you hear all this? But we're gonna assume he did. We're about to vote.
Carlson?
There you go.
Carlson?
Yes.
Elsesser?
Yes.
Friedman?
Yes.
Listener?
Yes.
Richker?
Yes.
Satter?
Yes.
And Rowan?
Aye.
Great, thank you very much.
Good luck with your
Appreciate,
project.
Your help, thank you very much.
Thanks to the audience.
The next item is a public hearing to consider a request of Greg Newmark, 90 Brentwood Drive, to reduce the east and west side yards, to reduce the required front yard, and to increase the east and west setback plane to permit a second floor cantilever areas for the existing house. So whoever is going to speak in favor of the Newmark's request, come on up, tell us who you are and why we should do this.
I have some handouts,
Okay.
actually.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Hi. Thanks.
So my name is Andy Patisha. My company is Design Construction Concepts. We're design builders in Northbrook, and I am representing Greg and Jody Newmark, who live at 90 Brentwood, who are here this evening. And we are asking for relief in a front yard, side yard, and setback plane. We have an interesting challenge before us. My clients purchased this house about 18 months ago and spent the last better part of a year renovating the interior as well as the backyard landscaping, and wanted to update the exterior, which is which is a vintage late 60s, early 70s home with a mansard roof. The inside was very similar. We updated that to a contemporary, and we were looking to do the same thing with the exterior. And we thought the best way to do that, so we had absolutely no desire at all to increase any square footage. So we thought the best way to do that would be to straighten out the walls of the mansard roof to make them vertical. Right now, they're a 75-degree incline, and we wanted to make them to 90. And when we went to go and do that, we found out that the village not only classifies that as a wall, but the current home is existing non-conforming. Our challenge really is that the lot dog legs, I know you've got the survey in your packet, I just don't know how well you'll be able to see it. It pinches right at the corners. So the southeast corner right here and the northwest corner don't meet the current side yard setback requirements. Compounding all of that, the existing second floor roof structure has an 18-inch overhang that goes all the way around. So when we decide to straighten out the walls and it becomes a wall, we're existing non-conforming in multiple places. You can see that the existing landscape on both the east and west elevations are very thick and mature. This is a view of the east side, front of the house, east side neighbor. This is the front of the house, west side neighbor, back of the house, east side, back of the house, west side. You've got those photographs in your pamphlet as well. And so the view from either neighbor really won't be impacted by much because they don't have much of a view of this house to begin with. And the desire really is to whatever view they have and whatever view we have of the street is to bring it up to speed, make it more contemporary, more desirable than what we have now with the current shingled roof. What we have, you have a copy of the plan as well, so it shows the 18 inches of overhang going around. And again, we're not going to, our desire is not to change any of that whatsoever. It is literally just to straighten out the wall. Probably the easiest way to show that, and again, you got it in your packet, is this is what the existing elevations look like currently. And this is what the new elevation would look like. So side by side, you see it changes what the house looks like, but really doesn't affect how people see it, because again, we're changing 15 degrees of angle. I brought with the section, actually, it's also in the packet, that shows you how we're going to accomplish this. We're literally just adding on this little triangle right here, making it stucco, painting the brick. And there's precedents for other houses like this in there that are contemporary glass structures. So the last picture is how we change the setback plane. This is the existing southwest corner and the existing southeast corner. And you can see how we're changing it is really sort of de minimis.
So I'm going to channel one of the former members, Steve Ross, who used to sit right here, and say, okay, suppose we were strict constructionists. We're not, don't worry. But if we were strict constructionists, what could you do to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish and still comply? with our zoning ordinance?
That's a great question. The only thing that we can do is just change the roofing material. So we can change the roofing material to replace it with cedar shakes, which currently exist, with an asphalt shingle, or with a metal, some kind of a metal roof. The challenge with all of those is that it actually doesn't, A, it doesn't really improve the architecture at all, and B, one could argue that if we decided to use metal, that it really becomes more of a commercial-looking space than it does even a residential space.
Anybody have any questions?
And you said the proposed exterior will be a stucco?
Be a stucco, the vertical plane for the roofing material would be stucco, and currently it's brick on the first floor, although it's a brown, dark brown and black brick. We would paint that so that the house would be white, appearing as basically stucco, masonry, light masonry color looking, and glass, because there are significant windows in the front of the house.
And then is the new roof going to be cedar?
The new roof doesn't change actually at all. The roof has got a flat roof on it, and that roof will remain. So the wall just literally, if we go back to the section, this is the roof back in this plane right in here, and there is a, right now, the roof sort of ends and then drops right off. We're gonna create sort of a mini parapet here so that we can flash this properly and just take the wall to 15 degrees and make it vertical.
Is the problem the shape of the lot or where the house is on the lot? I mean, what's the,
Yeah, so the problem is that we're existing non-conforming with the existing first floor in the southwest corner, southeast corner, and northwest corner, because the lot doglegs. So it pinches at that point.
okay.
And that's not even considering the overhang.
Okay. Sounds like kind of a hardship. We lost Ms. Carlson.
That family members?
Yeah, that's too bad. But I don't think you're in jeopardy here. So is there a motion? There a second? Let's have a roll call. Ed?
Carlson, Sasser, Friedman,
Yes.
Listener,
Yes.
Richker,
Yes.
Satter,
Yes.
and Rowan.
Aye. Congratulations on your project.
Thank you
Looks
so much
like,
for your time.
looks like the neighborhood will be looking even better than it already does. Welcome to Glencoe.
Pleased to be here. We did share the plans with the neighbors, and they were all very encouraging.
That's great. That's great.
Thank you.
Any other business? Okay. So we don't have a meeting in December because there's no projects. Do we know whether we have meetings coming forward, or is that still to be determined?
January is usually unlikely, so
Yeah.
I would guess there's maybe something that'll come up for February.
I think, just for future, if there is a January meeting, I'm gonna be out of town and I'll try to call in. So we'll think about, who should, be the chairperson. It usually is, it's sort of semi-based on seniority, so, Dave, if you can hear this, if you're gonna be around for the January meeting, if there is one, you could chair it. And if not, I think.
You got it.
Okay, January 9, and like I said, John believes there usually isn't a meeting. I also plan on being skiing on March 6th. We usually don't have that meeting either, although we did last year. That was the first time. That's usually when I'm skiing. I had my ski trip start on Tuesday so I could go to this meeting, and 2 or 3 years in a row, the meeting didn't happen. Then I just said, forget it. And then this is the first year I said, forget it, there actually was a meeting. But in any event, Okay, so we'll find out about January soon. I guess none of us will see each other until the new year on this stuff. Thank you for all of your hard work. And Sarah, I told you this was not that hard a job. So, okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.